Hello, this is an update on the progress of my semi-realistic VRoid character. I am now on what I'm calling version 4, which you see here. This is version 3, and you can see the back of the head is elongated from extreme reshaping. Back to version 4, and you can see my solution was to erase the texture on the back of her head. So that means no more buzz cuts or fades. Every character must have their hair cover the missing texture. I've also been working on improving on the default texture. If you look at her left hand, I finally got the palm lines to look much better. I also made minor improvements to her feet. I don't think I'll be using the models close up, but in case I do, I want a minimum amount of detail to separate it from a flat cartoon style. This is my old version 3 female again, and I want to show you something. Here she is with a maid dress, and now a gray dress shirt. I designed the model with data on real-world proportions of men and women. Just so we're clear, I'm not talking about body shape. I'm talking about the length of the arm in relation to the length of the torso or the legs or the shoulders. So when the version 3 model was naked, the proportions were correct. But the way VRoid works, the clothing doesn't drape on the body like it does in real life. It's more like a bulky outer shell. And because of this, I think my female models ended up looking more masculine once I finally put clothes on them. This is the female version 4.2 designed for clothing. I don't think there's any part in the script of my game which has any character nude or in their underwear, but if I do, I'll probably use the old version 3 proportions for those scenes. Here's the new version in the maid dress. The difference is most notable in the walk cycle animation, which I should have recorded for you, but I didn't. Sorry about that. I know the hair is awful. I made it in a few minutes to see how well I could cover the hole in the back of her head and try out some texture ideas, so please don't hold it against me that I made some awful hair to show you. The solution was pretty simple. I used the hairnet to recreate the back of her head. I'm still using blurred photographs of real hair, but the one thing I did learn from testing Fibershop last year was that creating uneven hair strands at the end really helps sell the illusion of hair. I think it looks good enough, and now it's just a matter of finding people with long hair to volunteer for a photo shoot. If anybody else wants to do this, the best way to shoot hair isn't on the person, but to have them sit next to a table and lay their hair on white seamless. I'm working on a bunch of base models, by the way. I think once I have a white, black, and Asian base model, along with a plus size, I should be able to create any type of character that's in my game. Let's jump to the Unity's built-in pipeline. I replaced the M-Tune shader on the skin with OmniShade and applied a matte cap from NovaWorks. Here's the NovaWorks matte cap on Booth if you want to test it for yourself. It's free. I'll probably make my own matte caps later, but for now it's easier to use someone else's. By the way, a lot of VRoid's free matte caps are being stolen and resold, so before you buy matte caps from anyone, check to see here if it belongs to them and send a donation to VRoid instead. I mean, if you're going to spend money, at least make sure it goes to the right person. Here's how it looks with side lighting on the face. Well, those eyes don't look so good, so that's something to work on. Here's top-down lighting. The wrinkle in the forehead is now visible. My best guess is that's created from squashing the head down together, so that's another thing that needs fixing. That said, half screen size is how most people will experience the characters. A lot of flaws disappear at this size. And of course I can change the lighting to remove contrast and shadows, but that sort of look only works for comedies. Alright, so I'm loading up a demo scene from Dark City 2 Cyberpunk Pack by Manufacturer K4. I think I got this in a bundle last year, and I've been wanting to take a look at it for a while. Oh gosh, I replaced the shader on the clothing and it looks okay, but that skin glow is a bit much. Okay, so now I made some tweaks and now we can see the lighting actually affects the model like it actually belongs there. This is Sun Temple by Sandro T. It won't let me enter play mode without fixing some scripting errors, but we can still see what the model looks like in camera view. I've kept the shader edits I made from the previous Dark City scene. It's not perfect, but the VRoid model doesn't feel too out of place in this environment either. Here's what the model now looks like back in the empty scene we started with. There's just a directional light falling on her. I feel like I made some progress, but I clearly have things to fix and improve on. Yeah, I guess I'm done. So, as always, thanks for watching.